I want to talk about the mess that we're in this country, and it's a really, really big mess. Some bells can't be unrung, and at the moment, there's a big bell ringing all over the land, and we're not doing what we should be doing really to stop that. So, what I mean by that is when it comes to the upcoming elections, there's candidates running all over the country, and there's a presumption that they're going to get in just because the public mood has changed. And that is not the case. People won't get in without help. And it's not that you'd be helping us, but you're helping your children, you're helping the country, you're helping change the situation for yourselves and for other people. So my name is Suzanne Delaney, and I'm running as a local candidate in the upcoming elections for Blanchardstown Mulhuddart, and part of my LEA covers Finglas as well. My partner Stephen Kerr, we run the Irish Inquiry together. He's running for Castlebar and Mayo. And what I've noticed is some candidates have a lot of support, and I really think those candidates are going to do very, very well. But other candidates have no support. And this is a really big problem because we're underestimating the enemy here. You can be guaranteed that the politicians who we don't want to get in again are knocking on doors, and although they won't be saying it on the radio and they won't be saying it in the paper, you can be guaranteed that at the doors they're saying to people that they don't agree with what's going on either, and that they're not happy about it. And a lot of people are going to believe them. And this is what happens in an election. Politicians lie and people believe it time and again. And this election will be no different in that regard in terms of people lying or people at the doors believing them. Some people won't. Some people know what's going on. But many will. The other thing they're doing is they're sending personal letters to those who are entitled to a postal vote, which is something I know independent candidates haven't been doing. That takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And they're just really smart in that regard because they know all the tricks. They've done this before, and they know that if they give that personal touch, people will vote for them. And the other thing they're doing is trying to have as many migrant candidates as possible. There's 1 in 20 now. I mean, people who have only been here a wet weekend are coming in and they're running. And this is a coordinated effort on behalf of the government, the NGOs. They've ran workshops all around the country to get people registered to vote who are migrants. And obviously migrants are going to look after migrant interests when they get elected. So to me, the whole point of that is to consolidate power against the Irish people and undermine us even further. The thing is, everybody says they're not happy, and I don't want to be getting at people, but I know you have kids, jobs, mortgages to pay, etc. But if you don't get behind people and you don't offer a couple of hours of your time here and there over the next, it's just a week and a half, 2 weeks. If you don't get behind people, we can't complain when they don't get in. I'm a reluctant candidate. I'm not doing this because I want to be some kind of career politician. That is not who I am. I'm very reluctantly putting myself forward. I've used a shortened version of my name in the past, and I very rarely put myself on camera because I wanted to protect my child. Right now, my child is being dragged around behind me when I'm putting up posters and this kind of thing. And, I've had some abuse, and I can take the abuse, but I don't like my child being present when abuse is happening. But what choice do I have? Because I'm on my own, single parent, all of that. And this needs to be done. If we all get in, is it going to change everything overnight, or can the political system even change anything? No, I mean, it's a corrupt system, but we need to start dismantling it. We need to start disrupting it. We need to get people out who have ruined this country and who want to ruin it further. So you really need to get behind people. Please offer a couple of hours of your time. I have 30,000 leaflets. It's a minute per leaflet per house, so that's 60 minutes for 60 leaflets. I will never be able to deliver them on my own. Never mind knock on every door. It's just not possible. It's been a really exhausting time. I'm certainly not doing this for money. This is going to cause me financial difficulty actually if I got in. But we need to get these people out of there. And we're being very lackadaisical right now and presuming that we have this wrapped up, and that the polls say that people are going to vote for independence. I just don't think that's going to happen if, people don't have the help that they need to get elected. So put yourself forward. And I've noticed a really worrying trend over the past while in this country, in the courts. So usually in terms of sexual assault cases and that kind of thing with adults or children, in 90% of the cases, the victim will know the perpetrator. But there's been a huge uptick in stranger attacks on children. So the attempted abduction in Sheriff Street, for example, the two little girls that, were, someone flashed their genitals, someone from an asylum centre flashed their genitals at them in their own backyard. So now our children are not safe in the front garden, they're not safe in the back garden, because as we know, that child in Sheriff Street was nearly taken out of her pram in her front garden. And they're not safe at the shops, in the toilets at the shopping centre, on the bus. There was a man let off this week for assaulting a young schoolgirl on a bus, and they're getting suspended sentences because, prison will be hard for them. Like, prison's meant to be hard, just because you say you don't speak English, that doesn't mean you should get a suspended sentence or get time off. These are predators, and usually predators like this will escalate in their behaviour, and they're being let back out onto the streets of this country, or else not getting any time at all. And it's just not going to end well. It's really not going to end well. And I would encourage you to not be all talk, no action. Just please do more than say you're unhappy. Do more than make comments online or post links and stuff like that online. Contact me, contact other other candidates in your area. It doesn't matter if they're in your constituency or not, because this is a countrywide issue. So that's really all I have to say. I really hope people listen, because, deregistering is not going to work. Electing people is not necessarily going to fix everything, but it's certainly going to help to get those other traitors out of government, out of local government first and then national government. And I'm particularly surprised at the people in Blanchardstown, because the TDs we have here are Paul Donnelly, Sinn Féin, Roderick O'Gorman, the Green Party, Leo Varadkar, Fine Gael, and Jack Chambers, Fianna Fáil. So, is this what you want? Is this what you want for your country, for your children, for their future, for your future? Because there's no going back. There's no going back. So please step forward and help people. Thank you.